All right, I'm back. They're quiet for now. Let's watch some awesome trending videos. As always, please like, subscribe, share with a friend. I will see you in the comments. Thank you.
Okay, so what do we have here? It appears this gentleman has said that he has found a baby Sasquatch in this tree.
Whoa. You see what I'm seeing? Huh. I see you, buddy. It's okay. Well, you can see the white of his eyes in the corner. I think I figured the secret out a little bit.
Now, I kind of see what he is seeing, but I don't know. So, what do we think about this? I'd love to know your thoughts on this. It would make sense that these Bigfoot are up in the trees more. It would make them harder to see, to find, discover. I just don't know what I think about this. This is an interesting video here. A young boy and his father are exploring in Yellowstone National Park. As they're admiring the beautiful elk, the boy spots a creature behind the elk. Dad zooms in on the elk grazing and slows the video down. Circled in red, you can see the creature in the background. It appears he's in between a cluster of logs, foraging for something maybe. It's a little too far away to see it clearly, but the boy and his dad were adamant that it was a Bigfoot. I'm not here to tell them what they saw, and honestly, I can't even tell. My only real hang-up is that if it were a predator, the elk don't seem to care much. It appears they don't even notice that something is back there. Or, if it is a Bigfoot, maybe they don't view him as a predator. I'd be interested in what you all think about this. And can anyone make out what that creature is? Online claiming they spotted a strange creature staring at them through their door. Naturally, seeing something like this would send a chill down anyone's spine. The figure appeared to be some sort of dark, shadowy being, as if it had emerged from another dimension, hungry for flesh and bone. I mean, if anyone saw such a thing outside their door, panic would be the only natural reaction. I was about to dive into my own theory on what it might be when I saw a particular commenter's opinion. He pointed out that an ordinary dog could look like this when recorded through thermal imaging. He also mentioned that similar effects could be achieved by applying filters and post-production edits to the video. So, after hearing that, I couldn't view the clip the same way. I mean, what if he's right, and it's just someone trying to pull a prank for a few moments of internet fame? They're 15 minutes of glory. But then again, what if he's wrong? What if there really is some kind of nocturnal creature that looks like this? Anyhow, I can't seem to shake that unsettling thought. What do you all think? Prank or something more sinister? This is a crazy clip. Watch till the end.
I hope you can hear this. It sounds like gorillas fighting in the tree. They're breaking limbs bigger around than me. I've never seen anything like it in my life. This is the second time I've come over here. And the first time when I got up under them trying to figure out what it was, they started breaking limbs off and throwing them at me. and I still cannot figure out what it is. Look, they're ruining this freaking place. What in God's name is it? It's bigger than me, whatever it is, because it's breaking limbs off that it would take me 2 minutes to saw. Look, see, he's coming right above me right here. He's fixing to throw something at me, whatever it is. Yeah, they don't like you messing with them. Look. What in God's name is going on? Look, that's bigger than me. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. What in Jesus' name just is doing this? Oh my God, he just took half the tree down. Something, oh my God, oh my God. Oh, it's gotta be I don't even think a bear would have a chance in Hades and it doing this. It's something stronger than a bear. And he is pissed. Yeah, that's a healthy tree. About 8 to 10, maybe even 12 inches in diameter that he just broke because he's pissed because I'm getting close to him. I think I'm going to bounce because I think he just hit the ground, which means he's about to face me on foot. And I don't really want to wrestle with somebody that can tear trees down just because they're mad. My God, look at the tree he just freaking broke in half.
Literally hundreds of thousands of purported Bigfoot sightings each year in the United States of America alone, but only a shockingly small percentage of them have been caught on trail cameras. As we see here in the upper right corner, we can make out what appears to be a hairy bipedal creature leaving the clearing. You can see the back of the animal heading off into the thicker part of the woods. What makes this picture more believable is how the deer is reacting to him. The deer was calmly checking out the trail camera, but is clearly scared of the strangely large animal behind him, and looks to be keeping a close eye on it to protect itself from a surprise attack. I'll leave this one up to you guys. Is this real? Is this just a bear? Or is it another Bigfoot hoax? And let your theory be the one that unravels this enigma. The following footage is truly remarkable. A gentleman found himself capturing what at first seemed to be a monkey while filming in a wooded area. However, the situation quickly escalated into something far more chilling. The creature, which initially appeared to be a common primate, abruptly noticed the man and pursued him with alarming determination. The distress and motion of the chase made the footage a little shaky, making it challenging to capture the creature clearly. One thing is certain, though. This was no ordinary monkey. The entity moved with an uncanny agility on all fours, its legs exhibiting an almost human-like structure, yet not fully upright. The man's terrified reactions underscore the terror elicited by this creature. This gentleman has been making efforts to have the footage authenticated by experts, but he claims they are too frightened to visit his property. Whether this assertion is true, we cannot confirm. Speculation abounds. Could this be the infamous Dogman, said to stealthily inhabit these woods poised to ambush unsuspecting prey? Might this be another sighting of the legendary Bigfoot? Or is it merely an amplified tale of an ordinary ape encounter? I'd love to know what you think about this intriguing encounter. Let me know.
We've got one of those clips that makes you do a double take just to be sure you saw what you think you did. Looky here, what do you think that is? It's not every day you step outside and spot a strange creature perched in a tree near your house. The person who uploaded the video was both confused and a tad frightened, seeking answers and wondering if she was safe or needed to consider moving, and I don't blame her. Once the video went live, it sparked various theories. Some thought it might be an otherworldly being watching her from the trees, while others had a more down-to-earth explanation, suggesting it could just be mango thieves hiding out when they heard her approaching. Mango thieves may sound plausible, but those eyes don't quite look human, at least from my perspective. But you've seen the clip. What's your take on it?
When a forest gets really quiet, it always gives me the creeps. And recently, it seems like every forest and town has a scary story attached to it, whether it's real or a myth. Well, recently, a man named Don was walking in the woods when he stumbled upon a creature unlike any he had ever seen before. It moved in a way that was not human or animal-like. As Don was filming, he cautiously crept up on the creature, which was ape-like, but had very long and bent arms and legs and was hunched over. Some have suggested it could be a Sasquatch, but what I notice is the arms and hands. They're like nothing I've ever seen. It almost looks like some type of alien to me. The creature's gigantic sloth-like arms had no fingers, and it walked deeper and deeper into the forest, and Don didn't dare follow it. It's hard to say what this creature could be. Some have suggested it could be a deformed monkey or ape, or even a sick bear, but it seems far too thin and lumbering to be a bear. It also seemed to walk on two legs, almost like a human, but again almost alien-like. Others have been referring to this creature as a forest humanoid angel. I'm not sure why anyone would describe this as an angel, but I definitely believe in humanoids.
This clip was originally taken in Russia, and I mean, it is quite the compelling bit of footage. What do you guys think? Does this clearer view make it more convincing? This video comes from a TikTok account we featured here before, WV Paranormal. It features a father filming his children as they just play in the woods. But if we take a closer look, something unusual is captured on camera.
What's that, Dad?
Let's go back inside. Come on, guys.
The father spots it and immediately calls his children back. It immediately leaves you wondering who or what might have been lurking in the trees. Though the video was posted with minimal context, it includes the hashtag Appalachia, suggesting it was likely filmed somewhere within that region. The Appalachian Mountains spans the eastern United States from all the way to New York on down to Georgia. I'm sure we've all heard of the Appalachian Trail, but this region is known for its rugged terrain, and it's dominated by the ancient Appalachian Mountains. This area is also famous for its paranormal activity. Frequent reports of ghost sightings, UFOs, various cryptids. This place is chocked full of mystery. I've visited here many times, and don't get me wrong, it's beautiful. But after you're there for a while, you look around and be like, yeah, some sketchy stuff could happen out here. Many a Bigfoot sighting in those mountains as well. Anyhow, let me know your thoughts on this. This next clip shows some still images of what people are saying is a Bigfoot. And they're claiming that this is more credible than most sources because this was taken from a wildlife biologist's trail camera. I'll say it looks pretty good. I mean, It has a different type of face than we normally see. When you zoom in, it has human-like eyes, but a wide, ape-like nose. It's said to have been taken here somewhere in the States, so we know it's not some type of gorilla. Let me know your thoughts on this one. Footage taken out of Georgia shows what appears to be a bipedal creature walking across the train tracks. Now, many people in the comments are not having it. They don't think this is a Bigfoot. They don't think it's a cryptid. They actually, I would say the majority think that this is a drunk guy. It was uploaded as a cryptid video, so I'll give a small edge to the cryptid, but it could very easily be a normal man because the video is so grainy. Reddit user Altruistic Cell posted this photo to a Reddit message board claiming it was Bigfoot's hand. It has popped up more recently, even though the photo was taken in November of 2002. It went viral around that time and has been making its rounds again. I mean, I don't know if it's Bigfoot's hand, but whatever it is pretty creepy. The hand looks huge, insinuating it belongs to something huge. Its fingers have an odd shape, while its fingernails look to be slightly sharpened. I was scrolling the comments, and if it's not the hand of Bigfoot, it seems the next most popular thing is that it's a movie prop or part of a Halloween costume. While this picture has plenty of skeptics, there are believers that this is Bigfoot's hand. Let me know what you guys think this could be. So, have you guys ever heard of rock apes? I mean, forget Bigfoot. These hairy humanoids hail from the jungles of Thailand and Vietnam. Imagine a creature between 3 to 7 feet tall, covered in fur. Red, orange, brown, black. There's always a variation. They just look strong. Broad shoulders, muscular build, but the funny part is that they kind of have a pot belly. Now, unlike their shy American cousin, rock apes aren't afraid of humans. They've even been spotted hanging out with villagers and building fires, which makes them sound pretty intelligent, right? Well, if you don't believe me, things get wild after the Vietnam War. American soldiers come back with stories of encountering these creatures, and these aren't just peaceful hangouts. They claim to have full-blown firefights with rock-throwing rock apes. It got so intense, there was a whole mountainside nicknamed Monkey Mountain because of all of the sightings and all of the battles. Now, some people might scoff that these are trained soldiers we're talking about, and I get it. There really should be another explanation. But check out this soldier talking about his experience, notably a band of large primates throwing rocks at his platoon.
I had heard that there had been previous problems with what we called rock apes, and in fact, at one point, a band of them threw one Marine off the rock pile. And so we were wary of them, without a doubt. This animal was stockier, He was of darker color, a lot more muscular. This different creature would, early in the morning, burst out of the jungle into a clearing and just rail at us, just yell and scream and shake his fists. And it was very human behavior, and it was real obvious that he took exception to our presence there.
Yeah, so this creepy story straight from Reddit user Haunted Luca will have you checking over your shoulder next time you're wandering through the woods. The footage captured on a body camera somewhere in the Sunshine Coast hinterland of Australia has viewers spooked. So the hiker takes a break near some rocks and spots an old tent. It looks to be crumpled up, and his curiosity is begging him for a closer look. Hold on a sec, that's not what we're looking at right now. As something catches our eyes and pulls our attention away from the tattered tent, check what really has everyone buzzing. Look closely at the bushes way back in the background. Some eagle-eyed viewers might catch a glimpse of a tall, dark figure moving slowly behind the trees. It blends in with the shadows, but a closer look, especially in the slow motion section, reveals more. The figure appears again a few seconds later, but like before, it's tough to say for sure without slowing things down. I mean, what is this? Is this a hoax? Is this just some type of trick, or is there something more sinister lurking in Australia? I don't know, maybe it's just a creepy shadow, but I'm not heading to the outback anytime soon, so. Yeah, so this next clip, this hiker's got to be careful. He decided to leave a snack on a trail in hopes he could lure something out. And if you look at the top right corner of the clip, something's lurking in the bushes. The uploader thinks it could be a Yowie, Australia's answer to Bigfoot. These legendary creatures are supposed to be tall and hairy, kinda like apes, but with huge feet. Most folks say they're shy and peaceful, while others say they can be aggressive. I'd say that most people agree on one thing: they smell pretty bad. There have been whispers of Yowies for ages. Stories from Aboriginal people go back to the 1800s. Even naturalists back then reported seeing these giant hairy guys. One dude said he saw one near Bateman's Bay that was like 5 feet tall, covered in black hair, had beady eyes, hunched shoulders, just pretty creepy. So are these hiker videos the real deal? Could Yowies actually be roaming the Australian outback still? Take a closer look at the footage and let me know what you think in the comments. I mean, maybe there's a perfectly normal explanation. A couple captured this intriguing image while they were renovating their mobile home. Picture this. Over several weeks, you hear odd sounds at irregular intervals. At night, you can't shake the feeling that someone or something is peeping into your home through the windows. It's unnerving, to say the least. You have no concrete evidence, just this looming sense of unease. So, you decide to set up a camera near the window, hoping to catch the cause of your discomfort. After a while, you muster the courage to review the footage. Your heart skips a beat when, on the screen, you spot a mysterious figure that you hadn't expected. Looking closely, the facial features hint at the possibility of it being Bigfoot. But then you wonder, are there any other creatures with such distinctive characteristics? What makes this even more puzzling is the fact that, according to the couple, there aren't any apes or similar large primates known to inhabit that region. This leads to even more questions. If it truly is Bigfoot, are these elusive beings becoming less cautious, allowing themselves to be seen more often? Or is there a deeper, possibly hidden agenda that we're yet to discover? This unsettling video, which has been buried through the years, was posted on the YouTube channel Anything Whatever. As a couple plus one drive through the isolated forests near Provo, Utah, the person recording and their companions felt an eerie sensation of being watched from the shadows of the trees. Trusting their gut, they swiftly turned their car around and began filming, anticipating an unexpected development. Here's the chilling scene they captured deep within the dense woods.
Right around this corner, I think.
look, right there, right there. Stop, stop, stop. Back up, back up. It was right there. I just saw it. Gosh. Watch out, you're like going off the road. Like right here somewhere. Oh, look, right there. Right.
Navigating through the nearly impenetrable darkness, the car's headlights briefly reveal an entity standing precisely between two trees, just as anything would ever had described. This being appears robust and is covered in thick fur. What's more unsettling is its gaze, which seems to fixate on the passengers, yet it doesn't attempt to hide as they drive past. The video is titled Bigfoot Sighting Near Sundance, Utah, and many viewers are convinced they're seeing the legendary Bigfoot in action. However, the question remains, is this a genuine glimpse of the mysterious Bigfoot? Let me know what you guys think, and if you've seen this video before. I want to explore a fascinating piece of Arizona folklore, a creature known as the Mogollon monster. While many people think Bigfoot only roams the Pacific Northwest, the southwestern United States has its own legendary cryptid with some uniquely terrifying characteristics. The Mogollon monster, which reportedly stalks the rugged Mogollon Rim area of Arizona, is described quite differently from its more famous Pacific cousin. According to witnesses, this creature is notably aggressive, with a powerful stench that announces its presence. But what really sets these accounts apart are reports of its hunting behavior. Some witnesses claim it's capable of decapitating its prey, and it announces itself with an otherworldly combination of whistles and screeches. Now, there's an image circulating that sparks some debate in cryptozoology circles. While some viewers claim they can see a deer carcass being carried by the creature, I've studied this photo carefully, and I have to be honest. The image is too blurry to make out anything clearly beyond what appears to be a dark, hairy mass. There's an interesting piece of local folklore about this creature that puts a surprisingly gentle spin on its origins. The story goes that during a massive forest fire, a heroic bear saved other animals by carrying them to safety. But in doing so, the bear's feet were badly burned, leaving them permanently hairless. Some say if you're lucky, you might catch this creature, the Mogollon monster, cooling its scarred feet in a stream. What fascinates me about this legend is how it differs from typical Bigfoot stories. While some claim it's actually the smallest of the Bigfoot family, though take that with a grain of salt, its reported behavior is far more aggressive than most Sasquatch encounters. What do you think? Could this photo be evidence of Arizona's own mountain monster? Or is there perhaps a more mundane explanation for what we're seeing in this blurry image? This piece was posted by YouTube channel Wild Assault by way of the popular channel and show Meat Eater with Steven Rinella. Let's just say it's generated quite a bit of controversy in the cryptozoology community. What makes this clip particularly interesting is that it wasn't filmed by someone looking for Bigfoot. It was captured during a legitimate hunting sequence. In the footage, we see what appears to be a large figure peeking repeatedly from behind a tree while observing a nearby elk. When the footage is slowed down and zoomed, viewers have pointed out what they claim to be whitish-gray hair and distinct facial features. Now, here's where things get interesting. Several competing theories have emerged to explain what we're seeing. The production crew theory suggests it's simply a camera person following the hunt. After all, they would be following the same scent protocols and camouflage requirements as the hunters. But there's a problem with this explanation: the elk's behavior. You see, elk are incredibly alert animals with keen senses. They're constantly on watch for predators, and this is where the footage raises some questions. The elk seems completely undisturbed by whatever is moving behind that tree. This has led some viewers to suggest we might be seeing another elk, or possibly just wind moving through the foliage. But what really catches my attention is the movement pattern. While the first two peaks could potentially be explained by swaying branches, the third appearance shows something different. The figure emerges lower and follows an unusual arc-like trajectory around the tree, movement that doesn't quite match how vegetation typically behaves in the wind. I've watched a lot of hunting footage over the years, and what makes this clip particularly compelling is the context. This wasn't filmed by someone trying to prove Bigfoot exists. It was incidental footage captured during a professional hunting show. What do you think we're seeing here? A crew member being careful not to spook the elk? A simple case of windblown branches? Or could this be evidence of something more mysterious watching from the shadows? This trail camera case from northwestern Pennsylvania has some really unusual elements to it. What makes this one particularly interesting is the events leading up to the photograph. According to the hunter who captured this image, this wasn't just a random encounter. For several weeks he'd been experiencing something unsettling during his time in the woods. A tall, dark figure that seemed to be observing him from a distance, always partially concealed behind trees or rocks. Now, I've heard many stories of hunters feeling watched in the woods, but what sets this one apart is what happened next. Instead of avoiding the area, this hunter decided to investigate. He set up a network of trail cameras throughout his hunting grounds, hoping to catch a glimpse of whatever had been shadowing him. And that's exactly what he did, though what he captured has left many people scratching their heads. The image shows what appears to be a large, shaggy figure that the hunter believes could be Bigfoot. Now, we've all seen lots of trail camera photos, but what's notable about this one is the level of detail. It's not your typical blurry, distant shot. The figure appears to be examining the camera directly, showing what some say are primate-like features. But here's where we need to think critically. Pennsylvania's forests are home to all sorts of wildlife, and cameras can play tricks on us, especially in low light. While the hunter is convinced this is evidence of Bigfoot, we have to consider other possibilities. Could it be a bear standing at an unusual angle? A shadow creating a pareidolia effect? Or perhaps something else entirely? What makes this case particularly intriguing isn't just the photo itself, but the weeks of sightings that led up to it. Was something really stalking this hunter through the Pennsylvania woods? And if so, what exactly did his trail camera capture that day? Back on May 30th, a trucker near Rocky Mountain House, Alberta, northwest of the Sunchild First Nation Reservation, had a heart-stopping encounter. The man was picking up equipment at a rural industrial site when he spotted a giant beast. I mean, we're talking 11 to 13-ish feet tall, just standing there in the woods amongst the trees. The trucker didn't see it at first, but luckily his dashcam caught the creature on camera as he drove onto the site. According to him, he only realized it was there when he got out of his truck to load the equipment. Now, needless to say, he hightailed it out of there. Sonny says that to investigate further, remote cameras have been set up around the site. You can check his channel out, so stay tuned for updates. This could be a real-life monster sighting. Checking in, we've got some creepy sounds in the woods. This clip from Cryptid University on Instagram shows a remote cabin nestled deep in the wilderness. But listen closely, you might hear something besides the usual crickets chirping. Those whoops, howls, and growls in the background? Yeah. Bigfoot believers say that's exactly what they are, Bigfoot vocalizations. I mean, these sounds are the stuff of legend, reported by people who claim to have encountered this hairy giant. They can be loud, deep, and sometimes even sound human-like. There are all sorts of Bigfoot calls on record.
Howls and screams said to be long, loud, and eerie. Some folks even compare them to a human scream or a wolf howling. There are growls and grunts that are lower pitched, more animalistic sounds. Then we have whistles and clicks, high-pitched noises, some describes as bird-like or even dolphin-like. Wood knocks, which I hear a lot where I live, are also a thing, like someone hitting a tree with a baseball bat. Some researchers think that Bigfoot uses them to communicate over long distances. So, what do you guys think? Do we have a video capturing Bigfoot serenading the Tennessee woods? Many skeptics say these sounds could be anything: wind, animals, people messing around. But like I mentioned in my own life, believers point to how often these reports happen across many places and cultures. Anyhow, listen to the clips again and let me know in the comments. Do we think this is Bigfoot or something else entirely?